13 Ghosts of Halloween by Robin Muller, illustrated by Patricia Storms. On the first stroke of midnight, oh, nothing frightens me, not a vulture in a dead tree. There's the vulture. It's Halloween. On the second stroke of midnight, oh, nothing frightens me, not two shrunken heads or a vulture in a dead tree. So there's the two shrunken heads. On the third stroke of midnight, oh, nothing frightens me, not three black cats, two shrunken heads, or a vulture in a dead tree. So can you see the three black cats here? On the fourth stroke of midnight, oh, nothing frightens me, not four darting bats, three black cats, two shrunken heads, or a vulture in a dead tree. So 4 darting bats you need to find on this page. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the fifth stroke of midnight, no, nothing frightens me, not 5 bogeymen, 4 darting bats, 3 black cats, 2 shrunken heads, or a vulture in a dead tree. So there's the 5 bogeymen. On the sixth stroke of midnight, oh, nothing frightens me, not 6 pumpkins grinning, 5 bogeymen, 4 darting bats, 3 black cats, 2 shrunken heads, or a vulture in a dead tree. On the seventh stroke of midnight, oh, nothing frightens me, not 7 spiders spinning, 6 pumpkins grinning, 5 bogeymen, 4 darting bats, 3 black cats, 2 shrunken heads, or a vulture in a dead tree. So 7 spiders spinning is on this page. On the eighth stroke of midnight, oh, nothing frightens me, not 8 mummies moaning, 7 spiders spinning, 6 pumpkins grinning, 5 bogeymen, 4 darting bats, 3 black cats, 2 shrunken heads, or a vulture in a dead tree. So there's the mummies moaning. On the ninth stroke of midnight, oh, nothing frightens me, not 9 witches cackling, 8 mummies moaning, 7 spiders spinning, 6 pumpkins grinning, 5 bogeymen, 4 darting bats, 3 black cats, 2 shrunken heads, or a vulture in a dead tree. On the 10th stroke of midnight, oh, nothing frightens me, not 10 werewolves howling, 9 witches cackling, 8 mummies moaning, 7 spiders spinning, 6 pumpkins grinning, 5 bogeymen, 4 darting bats, 3 black cats, 2 shrunken heads, or a vulture in a dead tree. So there's 10 werewolves howling. On the 11th stroke of midnight, oh, nothing frightens me, not 11 goblins giggling, 10 werewolves howling, 9 witches cackling, 8 mummies moaning, 7 spiders spinning, 6 pumpkins grinning, 5 bogeymen, 4 darting bats, 3 black cats, 2 shrunken heads, or a vulture in a dead tree. So there's the 11 goblins giggling. On the 12th stroke of midnight, oh, nothing frightens me, not 12 vampires rising, 11 goblins giggling, 10 werewolves howling, 9 witches cackling, 8 mummies moaning, 7 spiders spinning, 6 pumpkins grinning, 5 bogeymen, 4 darting bats, 3 black cats, 2 shrunken heads, or a vulture in a dead tree. On the 13th stroke of midnight, yes, something frightened me. What do you think it was? Something frightened him. A ghost. There he is, scared. And off he goes running, and the ghost is following him, wondering, why is he scared? There's the 13 Ghosts of Halloween. So we are going to make a little Halloween craft, and it's going to be a little pop-up craft. So we just have a cup, and we have a little ghost on a stick. And I've made a little pop-up spot where he can pop up and scare people. So to decorate our cup, so the first thing you need to do is put your hole through the top. and it needs to be large enough for our little ghost. So we're gonna just, I've had a little hole poked here. You might have to get a parent to help you start that with something sharp. And then I'm gonna push my scissors in, and I'm gonna continue to cut hole out for my little pop-up. And so you're gonna need to cut right to the edge, and you need to just cut it large enough for the ghost that you make. So depends how large you make your ghost as to how large that needs to be. So I'm just gonna try to pop him through there. And I don't quite have it big enough, so I'm gonna go a little more to the edges. The other thing you could do too is you could just make your ghost a little bit smaller. That's always an option as well. I think I've got a piece off there. You want to make sure you don't have any sharp edges. So if you're using a foam cup, it would be a little easier. You can just poke your scissor through and it breaks much easier. So you can use a foam or a paper cup as well, depending how large your ghost is. So then the next thing you need is your little ghost. So it's just a white piece of paper. Just have a thicker piece of cardstock and a stick. So you can use a regular popsicle stick or one of these craft sticks. And you want to stick your ghost on there. And then I'm going to make his face. So ghosts always have big startled eyes, and they have like a little squiggly mouth that's opened up. So that's just a quick little ghost to pop out of your cup. And then to decorate your cup, what I did is I went along first and I made some of my decorations on there, and I went along after and colored them in. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a pumpkin. So I'm going to do my orange circle, and then I'm just going to let that dry for a few minutes. I'm going to do a face on it, and then I'm going to do a couple more little pumpkins on this side. So some circles. So you do need a permanent marker or a Sharpie to do the coloring on the cup. If you're using a washable marker, it's just going to continue to rub off. So I'm going to do maybe another little ghost on this side. And then so for everything to show up nicely, I'm going to outline it in black and color it in black a little bit. So what else do I have on here? I have some bats on here. So I'm going to just use my marker. And I'm going to draw some bats. And then I'll color that in. And when you color everything in solid, it stands out a little more. So you just need to take your time coloring your cup with all of your Halloween decorations. You could certainly do like a spider web on there as well, or just like a scary face. So here I did my yellow ghost, but it's hard to see until I outline it with my black, and then it turns up nice. And the same with my pumpkin. I'm gonna draw a face on my pumpkin. So you just continue on with that. And then in between all of your decorations that you've done, you just take your permanent markers, so a Sharpie or a permanent marker, and just go through and shade in all around all of the decorations. And it doesn't matter if it kind of looks like the ink is all separated, because that just sort of adds to your picture and your color. So I just went around and outlined a lot of my decorations and colored it in. And then lastly, when you're all done, you just take your ghost and you put it inside your cup, and then you can use it in a story. You can make your own storyline with it, or you can just show people and you can scare them with your little ghost.